Today I have Dena Craig with Swoda. Is that right?
It is.
So what is Swoda? Just.
Yeah, Swoda is the acronym for Southwestern Oklahoma Development Authority.
All right. Very cool. Yeah. And what is that?
So Swoda is what I like to refer to as community programs on steroids, meaning rural programs have to work twice as hard as programs in the larger communities like Tulsa, Stillwater, where resources are readily available. People have public transportation to get to and from treatment, what have you. People in rural communities don't have that luxury. So our program, like I said, has to work twice as hard to reach out to those people as people in the metropolitan areas.
Wow. Okay. I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
You know, it's an easy connection when you have a lot around you, but when there's nothing around you, it's harder to find these resources.
Yeah. If you're in a rural community, there are so many more barriers to accessing treatment.
Wow.
Things like that.
So how did you get into this line of work? What's your background?
Well, so I was a domestic violence advocate for 8 years, and I noticed that there was a big correlation between substance abuse and people who were victims and people who were the perpetrators. And so when that job ended, the Swoda job became available as a coalition coordinator, and I thought, well, I think I've got enough experience.
You got the background for it.
Yes. And my mother, she was, I feel like, a pioneer in the drug prevention program. She started a program many, many moons ago for drug prevention in schools. And so I just thought, well, I'll follow in my mom's footsteps for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty amazing. So I guess tell us what this is. Is it a rehab program? Is it a prevention? What do you do?
So our program, we have 4 coalition coordinators, and we cover 11 different counties.
Oh my.
Yes. And then we have our mobile MAT clinic, which MAT stands for Medicated Assisted Treatment, and it's on wheels. So we're able to go into those rural communities, and usually they park in a pharmacy parking lot, and people can come there and access treatment for substance use disorder. And we have found that if people have medication to assist them with withdrawal symptoms, with cravings, they are more likely to recover from that addiction than had they not had that treatment.
Just go cold turkey and it almost never works. Okay.
Yeah. And then after, that kind of the withdrawals and all that, then they get them into some sort of counseling, maybe group counseling, what have you, individual counseling. So yeah, we usually refer people to Red Rock. We partner with Red Rock, and Red Rock is everywhere. But like I say, our MAT clinic reaches a lot of people. Our coalition coordinators, we go to community events and we pass out paper resources. We also pass out harm reduction items. And oftentimes people say, well, what's a harm reduction item? Yeah.
Is it a helmet?
That's what you think, right? Right.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, car seats, seat belts, traffic signs, so all of those things are harm reduction.
Okay.
So in the prevention world, substance misuse prevention, harm reduction items are Narcan or medication lock bags to keep medications away from children. We are able to pass out fentanyl test strips and xylazine strips, so people who do use illicit street drugs can test that for fentanyl. Then they have the option of whether they want to take it or not.
Wow. Okay.
So it really does, this program, I feel, truly saves lives, and especially the Narcan. A lot of people, I will try to get them to take, a box of Narcan with them, and they're like, oh, I don't use substances, or I don't know anybody that, I don't have any use for it. And I'm like, well, it's a good thing because you wouldn't be able to use it on yourself.
Yes.
It's for someone who has lost consciousness from an opioid overdose. And I said, and I tell them that if it's not an overdose, if maybe perhaps someone's having a seizure, the Narcan will not hurt them in a negative way at all. In fact, they give it to canine officer drug dogs.
And I know some of our police officers and sheriff's department carry it.
Yes.
For those kind of things. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But the words, I don't think, still hasn't spread to our officers in the rural communities, because when I go to an outreach event, I'm like, do you have your Narcan on you? And they're like, well, I've got it in the car. And I'm like, well, that doesn't do somebody in here any good.
Yeah.
So I'll,
add a notch to your belt.
There you go.
Wow. So are there other programs available, or is it primarily what you handle?
Well, Swoda, it was established in 1971 and in Burns Flat, and it lives up to its name. If you've ever been to Burns Flat, it gets really hot and it's flat as a board.
Yeah.
So, but the Swoda program is there, and so they have transportation programs for rural communities that improve streets, sidewalks, things like that.
So these grant opportunities?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a 988 service. We have a rural fire and safety program that helps out, the volunteer fire departments, things like that. We also have an elderly program, a program that assists the people 55 and older who maybe need light housekeeping or shopping or things like that. So it's a great program.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if I have a friend or relative or someone that needs help, how does that work? How do we engage with you?
Well, so any event that I go to, I always have a business card that I pass out. People can contact me through the number that's on there, and of course through emails, and then all of our coalition coordinators do the same. And so, but yeah, I've had a couple of phone calls from people who are like, I need rehab treatment, I need something.
Yep.
And so oftentimes we'll refer them to Red Rock. If they don't have health insurance, I usually steer them to the 988 number, because they have so many more list of resources
to help with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there a website that it's easy to remember for people to go to for information?
Well, they can go to swoda.org. That's our homepage.
Okay.
And our prevention program is on that page, and it has lots of information. And then again, the 988 number, they have a website, and it's full of information, so helpful. And it just, I think that programs like this not only save lives, they give people a second chance. They save family the heartache of losing a loved one. So, because most overdoses are unintentional. So, people don't realize that they have fentanyl in their drugs that they're using, or now there's xylazine that's being mixed.
And see, I didn't realize the fentanyl thing. I assumed that someone took a pill they knew was fentanyl, but it's not the case. They use it for cutting, and they put it in things that you don't know, or it's in there. And that's a real problem if you don't know what you just took.
Exactly.
Now you're in more trouble.
Yes.
Wow.
And the counterfeit pills look almost identical to the real pills. So it's very hard to tell if you're getting the real thing or not.
Wow.
Which is also a sad thing, because people can go on Amazon and get the stamping machines that stamp the pills, and they look, you'd have a hard time telling the difference. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, probably ought to watch out for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it has xylazine in it, the Narcan will not work on xylazine.
Really?
So, right.
Wow. Okay. We need to work on that. Okay. Fantastic. Well, is there anything I left out about your program, or things that you want to, tell people about what is available and things like this?
Well, we love doing community outreach events. I often go to the wine tasting events. And so the organizers of those say, well, aren't you what's the word I'm looking for?
Hunting for victims?
Something like that, yeah. Aren't you against this, alcohol and cannabis use, things like that? But we're not. We're harm reduction. We want people to use wisely, use safely, until they're able to get help and care for themselves. That's what we hope to accomplish. A lot of people feel like, well, if they're going to use drugs, they deserve to die. Well, I know for me, if it's my child, I want everything possibly done
Sure.
to protect him. Even if he had cancer, it wouldn't be any different. If he had diabetes, it wouldn't be any different. I want my child to get help.
Sure.
And everyone, I think, has a loved one that they care about and want to see get help if they have an addiction.
And then you do a lot of event speaking and things like that. So if
Yes.
someone has a club or organization, you'll be glad to come and visit.
Absolutely. We do Chamber of Commerce, Rotary clubs. Any place that will have us, we'll be happy to come and speak.
Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I know I'm always having people ask, do you have a speaker? So we're going to put you on the list.
Okay,
Very
great.
cool. Well, Dena, thank you so much for telling us about your organization and the good you do. And it's you know, when Maitland told me about you and what you did, it was like, I don't know what that is. So we
Right.
quickly figured out that this is an amazing program.
Yes.
Awesome.
it
Thank you so
is.
much.
Well, thank you.
Stay tuned.